everyone. Welcome to the Kellie kitchen. Here we are once again. Isn't this lovely? We're back in our kitchens doing some low-carb keto cooking. And man, oh man, do we have some fun stuff tonight. If you guys have missed the viral recipe on TikTok, it's called baked feta pasta. Hi, Rhonda and Sherry and Ashley. Good to see you guys. We are going to make a baked feta sausage. So not baked feta pasta. We are going to do baked feta sausage. And it's a one-sheet pan meal. It is super delicious. Hi, Julie and Kelly and Cindy. It's so great to see everyone. If I haven't met you before, say hi and tell me where you're from and all that jazz. I come to you guys every Monday night on Facebook and on YouTube at 6:15 p.m. Pacific time every Monday night. And we do low-carb keto cooking. So most of the recipes you will find on my website, The Kellie Kitchen, and it's Kellie with an I-E. So if you miss something while I'm zipping through the kitchen, you can find low-carb, keto-friendly recipes and tips and all that sort of stuff on my website, thekellykitchen.com. We have got a lot to do tonight. So we're going to make the baked feta pasta, actually baked feta sausage. And we're going to get going on that because we have to get that into the oven because it takes a full 30 minutes in the oven. We're also going to be making keto strawberry pie. To die for. And then we're just going to make some simple garlic zoodles that we're going to serve our baked feta sausage over our zoodles. So if you guys have missed the viral sensation of the baked feta pasta on TikTok, it is one of the most simple recipes, and you just use cherry tomatoes. And one of the things about this is that you have to use enough cherry tomatoes and oil and all that stuff so that everything touches on the sheet pan. I like to add broccoli with mine to give it some, oops, I got some bad ones in there. Let me just take those out of there. Oops, sorry. I should have checked that pot first. They're already washed, but let me just, I'm just going to rinse these, and because I guess I had a bad one in there. Don't want to have that. Actually, I have another one in here, so let's just use that in the meantime. So I'll check those. Yes, those are good. To wash my hands. And we're going to pop those on there. Just make sure I don't have any bad ones on there. Yes, we are all good. So I have got a head of broccoli on my sheet pan here, and do you see how all of my vegetables, they're all kind of touching, and that's, you want to have enough on here so that everything is touching, because when you toss it in the oil and the salt and the pepper, this is a half of a cup of olive oil. And then we're going to use a block of feta cheese. Now, the funny thing about this viral recipe is that the day after it sort of went like millions and millions of views, I couldn't find block feta if my life depended on it. I don't know how many times in my life I have passed block feta and never bought block feta, but I was able to score 3 blocks. I went to like 5 supermarkets, and you'll be able to find it now because now the viralness has sort of died down a little bit. But even if you don't want to make baked feta baked feta sausage, you can buy these like weeks in advance because they stay really good in your fridge for at least a couple weeks. So you just have your block of feta cheese. before I put that on here, you saw me put the olive oil on here. We are going to generously season probably about a half of a tablespoon. And we're gonna, that's salt, coarse salt. And then we're gonna do, I don't want to put too much pepper, but probably about a half a teaspoon of pepper. And then just with your clean hands, you're going to just mix all of this up so that the oil gets coated all over the broccoli. And then you're going to kind of continue to spread all of that out. You're going to take your block of feta cheese and you're going to put it right there in the middle. Again, you want to make sure that everything is touching. Do you see how I did that there? You're also going to, I'm going to just rinse my hands really quickly. It's so funny because this recipe has gone so viral that everybody's making different variations of it. So I'm just jumping on the bandwagon here. And it's always made with pasta. So here we are. We're going to not make it with pasta because we're a low carb bunch. So you've got your feta cheese right there in the middle. And then I'm going to just take a drizzle of olive oil, probably another 2 or 3 tablespoons. And you're going to take a little bit of red pepper flake right here, about a teaspoon of it, half a teaspoon. If you don't like spicy stuff, then you don't have to use that. And now here's the kicker. So I added sausage to mine, and I don't want to have to make any more chores for myself. I don't want to have to make meatballs or whatever, but I like to buy Cantella's spicy sausage. Again, if you don't like spicy stuff, you can get the mild or you can get the sweet, no sugar added. And you just take your block of sausage just like this. There is no rhyme or reason to this. This is super, super easy. And you just take dollops of the sausage and we're going to put it right on the cookie sheet in between the tomatoes and the broccoli. Again, you're going to want everything to kind of touch a little bit. And this is one of those super easy dinners. And I'm sure in the future, I will probably try this with other meats and other cheeses. I already have a cotija or a queso fundido in my fridge. It's a Mexican crumbly cheese. It's similar to feta, but it's more mild. And we're going to try that with some chilies and some onions. That will be in the works, and I will make sure to share that with you when I can. This is 5 servings. So after it is baked and done, if you're feeding a family of 4, 1 sheet is probably enough. I have a client who has 3 teenage boys. So in that case, I would do 2 sheets at the same time. Equally as easy, you just make 2 sheet pans of this. So, doesn't that look fantastic? Okay, let me give a quick rinse to my pans, and we're going to get this in the oven. And we will get busy on our other stuff. So, looky. This is going in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes. And we are going to get that baked and bubbly and melted and cheesy and delicious. Okay, so let me set the timer here. You guys, I was on a little bit of a recipe rut since December, and I didn't create any new recipes in all of January and almost all of February. So I'm back. I created 3 new recipes this past weekend. They're all on the website. We made peanut butter pie last week in the show. That recipe is up on the website, the Kellie Kitchen. And then the sausage feta bake is up on the website as well. And my newest one, so excited, is keto strawberry pie. So This is a no-bake, frozen sort of cheesecake-ish pie. And I would call this a beginner level pie because it's really, you just really need to use a hand mixer. Okay, so somebody has a question. What cheese would you recommend if you don't like feta? Okay, this is a great question because somebody asked me this. Ricotta, like a block of ricotta would work. It's very mild. Or you could use the Mexican cheese, which is the cotija, or the queso fundido. Those are both, they both have sort of the same texture. I haven't done that. I actually asked the exact same question. If you don't like feta, what do you use? Mozzarella is going to be tough. Even Bufala mozzarella, it would be, I think, a little bit too gooey. But any other sort of like crumbly type block cheese that you like could be a good substitute for the feta. We're going to get started on our keto strawberry pie. This is a no-bake, super easy pie that is it's a play on the peanut butter pie that I made last week, but this is more of a fresh sort of bring spring around type recipe. So I like to use as few dishes as possible. I know Peter, my boyfriend who does all the dishes, doesn't believe me, but I really do try to reduce the amount of dishes as much as possible. So I'm actually doing this right in my pie dish. You can do this recipe in a large pie dish. This is a 9.5-inch pie dish, not a little one because you'll have too much filling and too much crust. So a 9.5-inch pie dish, or you can use a springform pan, a 9-inch springform pan. If you use a springform pan, it looks more like a cheesecake. This looks more like a pie. So in my pie dish, I have 1.5 cups of fine ground almond flour, and I have 1/2 cup of Lakanto monk fruit sweetener. That's the granular one. It's a mix of monk fruit and erythritol. I'm also going to add, this is 1/4 cup of melted butter. And I don't know if you remember, but sometimes I add just a pinch of salt to my pie crust. I'm not going to do that this time. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to take my fork and I'm going to mix all of the butter in here until I get a crumbly mixture. And as soon as I get a crumbly mixture, then I can press it all into the pie dish. I do this so that I don't, if I use another dish, I might as well just do it all in my pie dish because it'll make the crumble in here. Another thing that you can do is once I get the crumble made for the pie crust, you can actually reserve 2 or 3 tablespoons of the crumble pie mixture, and you can actually put it on top. That's what we did for the peanut butter pie with our chocolate crust. So this is coming together very nicely, and you'll notice it looks like a nice crumble. Oh, want to give just a quick little shout out. My very, very, very good friend Amy saw me making my peanut butter pie last week, and she bought me these super cute, I think they're Pampered Chef, but it's kind of cool because you can do wet stuff down here and you can do pourable stuff up here. So this is actually one of my newest favorite little gadgets. I don't sell them, but if you know somebody that sells Pampered Chef, I really love these. I have a couple different sizes now. So thanks, Aim. You're the best. Anyways, I have okay, so this is the crumble. This is what it starts to look like. See how it's sort of a cookie crumble? Very easy to pull together. Okay, so we are going to, just using clean fingers, we're going to bring the edges up of your pie dish. And as soon as I get this all pressed in, we are going to put this in the freezer to get the butter to start melting together and to get it all more stable, I guess you could say, because we're not going to actually bake this. This is a no-bake. Anybody can do this. It's a great dessert for the spring or summer. Somebody told me to wait until spring or summer to share it with you guys, but I figured I'd share it now so that you guys, when spring and summer comes around, you can make it then. Okay, so do you see how I just pressed my pie dish all the way, pressed my crust all the way up the sides? I did not reserve any of the crumb because I'm going to top this with fresh strawberries. And it looks so pretty, and it's like just a real showstopper. So you can use the bottom of your measuring cup to just press it in a little bit more. This is not necessary, but it just makes it a little bit more firm. Okie dokie. So kitty cats, there is our pie crust. Very easy. Did it all in the microwave. I'm going to put this right inside my freezer. By the way, if you live near me, please come over. Please come over and eat some pie because I have a lot of pie in my freezer. So while that is freezing, we're going to go to the next step. So the next step is we're going to make our whipped cream. I made this last week. We're going to make it again, super easy. So I have a full cup of heavy whipping cream. See my favorite measuring cup? Love it. There we go. Get that in there. We are going to do 10 drops of liquid stevia. Da, da, da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we are going to do a ½ teaspoon of quality vanilla extract. And that is going to just give our, I'm just going to use the lid for that. Okay, so there's a ½ teaspoon. We'll get that out of the way. I use my handy dandy mixer. This is 2 steps. So we're gonna get our whipped cream to stiff peaks, and then we're gonna fold it into our other stuff. So fun to see everybody. It's starting to warm up here in Southern California. I'm so glad in the South it's starting to warm up. We've really been walloped around the entire world with lots of stuff. It's hard to believe that it's been almost a full year since we went into lockdown. So I hope you guys are making it through and having some success with some of your home cooking. I know that for us, it's become sort of a everyday thing, and we rotate stuff in the fridge and the freezer all the time. So this part will probably take just another minute or so, and we want our whipped cream to come to really stiff peaks and to be quite firm, because we're going to fold it into our strawberry, the cheesecake part. And when we do that, the air that we're adding into the whipped cream is going to go into the strawberry mixture. Okay, we're almost done with this part, and I will show you. I'm not even going to wash this because I'm going to use it for the next thing. I'm going to use it in my cheesecake thing. So I'm just going to show you how nice and firm the whipped cream is, okay? See? Nice and firm. So that's how firm you want it. That's more than stiff peaks. So we are going to put that off to the side, and we are going to do the next step. So you're going to take a block of softened cream cheese. This is the one special thing that you need to know for this strawberry pie. Allulose is, they call it the rare sugar. it comes from sugar. It doesn't crystallize like erythritol, like all of the other sweeteners that you see out there. This sweetener is less sweet, it's low calorie, and it's has no effect to your insulin. So allulose, you can get it on Amazon. Sometimes you'll find it at the supermarket. It leaves your desserts, when they cool and chill, not granular. So that's why I like to use erythritol in this mixture. So I'm going to take my erythritol, put that in there. I also like to use frozen strawberries. You can use fresh strawberries if you want to. I'm going to use fresh strawberries for the top, but frozen strawberries, I use 2 cups of frozen strawberries. So when I filled this and they were frozen like an hour ago, it was 2 full cups of strawberries. But now they have thawed out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mash all of my strawberries. And after you mash them, they come out to be about, with the juice, about a cup. The recipe will say 2 cups of strawberries. Hi, Michelle. How are you? The recipe will say 2 cups of strawberries, but once you mash them, you get about a cup, and with all the juice. And these are just frozen organic strawberries. Every supermarket carries them. Okay, so I'm not done mashing those, but I'm going to get busy on my cream cheese, allulose, and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. It was melted a few minutes ago when I started this. And I'm going to just whip this together so it gets nice and creamy. You can even use a hand whisk if you wanted to. I mean, seriously. And it gets super, super creamy and delicious. Easy, easy peasy. See how nice and creamy that is? Now this is the part where we're gonna, again, I'm just gonna keep mashing these a little bit. If you want them to stay more whole, you can do that too. I'm gonna take, do you see how this is now 1 cup of mashed strawberries? And you're gonna just add those right in there. I'm telling you, this dessert is such a showstopper. It is really beautiful, and I got word today from a couple of people that had this as a sample, and they were like, "Oh my God, that is just the best dessert." So I'm going to take my, oh, there's a little stem in there. I'll get that out. I'm going to take my mixer, and we'll get a nice, pretty pink mixture. And again, you can have your strawberries be chunky, or you can have them even more mashed. I kind of like them a little bit chunky. It adds a little extra texture. So there is our first part of our strawberry mixture. Now here's the fun part. This is where we fold it in. So we're going to take, remember our stiff whipped cream? We're going to take half of our stiff whipped cream, and we're going to fold it in. Any of my Schitt's Creek fans know that line. It's one of my favorite. We're going to fold in half of the stiff whipped cream right into our strawberry mixture. We're going to save this half for the top of our pie. So if you don't know how to fold it in, there's nothing spectacular about this. You're just going to take your whipped cream mixture, and you're going to just gently whip it in there so that you can continue to keep the air from the whipped cream into the strawberry cream cheese mixture. There's no way to really do this wrong other than if you whip it really hard, because that would be sort of defeating the purpose of folding in the mixture. And I kind of like a little bit of a swirl in there too. So that is our strawberry mixture. I'm going to go get our crust, which has just been chilling in the freezer. There's nothing different about this. It's just the butter has solidified now and the actual crust is settled in there. So I'm going to take my strawberry mixture. I'm going to pour that right into my pie dish. And we're going to very gently smooth the top. Somebody asked me if you could freeze this and then just keep it in the refrigerator. I have not tried that necessarily, but when I was photographing this, it melts, I would say, within about 30 minutes. It gets really, really, really soft. So you can see that it is, oh, drop something, yikes. You can see that it's very soft. And even when we put the whipped cream on top, we're going to very gently put the stiff whipped cream on top. Now, if you wanted to wait to do this part, you could freeze this for, you know, like get it started for like, I don't know, a few minutes, maybe 30 or so minutes. And after it's frozen or started to get frozen, then you could add the whipped cream on top. But because this is the miracle of live television, we're just going to do it all right now. But I have one in the freezer, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. And again, if you live near me, come over for some pie, because I certainly have a lot of strawberry pie. You can also use a piping bag and pipe the whipped cream around. And then I have some beautiful sliced strawberries. So I'm just going to very pretty around the edge. You know, get creative as you want with this. If you are serving this tomorrow, you know, like in a couple of days, because this will stay good in the freezer for actually a couple of days, you're going to want to save the strawberries, the fresh strawberries, for another time. For, you know, like right before you're going to actually serve it. Let's see. Get this nice and pretty. You can decorate this however you want. And let's put a couple right in the middle. This is gorgeous. And we're going to just put this right into the freezer, and we're going to let it freeze overnight. Let's see. Well, I'm not Martha Stewart, but I'm trying. It's not as fancy, but you get the idea. Close enough. Okay. So there is my keto strawberry pie. That is going in the freezer overnight. And let me show you what it looks like. Ta-da! So this is what our keto strawberry pie looks like. Oh my God, it's so pretty. And again, you can serve it straight from the freezer. That's how Peter likes to eat it, straight from the freezer. Or you can let it sit. You guys see that? You can let it sit on the counter for like half an hour, up to half an hour to really sort of thaw out a little bit. But that, my friends, is keto strawberry pie. And it's sort of a cross between a pie and a cheesecake. The recipe is on the website, thekellykitchen.com. I'm super proud of the pictures. They're really, really, really pretty. But again, you can do the strawberries on top however you like. But that, my girlfriends and boyfriends, is keto strawberry pie. Okay, who wants to make some zoodles? Let's get busy. A lot going on here tonight. Our baked feta pasta, it's doing its thing. And truth be told, I don't make zoodles very often. And when I do, I usually buy them pre-done in the frozen section. However, I am going to show you what it looks like to spiralize your zoodles. So this is what they look like. And we're going to use 2 pounds of zucchini. When it is zucchini season, this is a great use for a lot of zucchini. So I'm going to show you how to do one, but this is 4 small zucchinis. And I have my handy dandy thing here, and I was going to try and move it closer, but it's stuck to the counter here, and it's really necessary for it to stick so that it doesn't slide all over the place. But you want to chop off both ends, and it's got this really fancy special blade, this little blade here. It comes with a couple different blades, but this one is for spiralizing the zucchini. So you'll take your zucchini and you're going to just press it into that side, and then you're going to press the handle, this handle that I have here. And while you are pressing back here, you're going to hold here, and we're going to just spiral our zucchini through. Oh, isn't that fun? We're going to spiral that through our little machine. And voila, super easy. This is what comes out of the spiralizer when it's all done. You can do whatever you want with this. I don't know what you want to do with this, but I toss this part. So we're going to get that out of the way. We're going to take all of our zoodles, all of our zucchini noodles, and we're just going to move them here. The ones that I did before, so see how it just lifts right off of there, and then we'll just be able to wash the actual blade that's in there. So the zucchini spirals that I had on there for the last, I would say like 15 or 30 minutes, I sprinkled them with about a tablespoon of salt, of course salt, because I want to draw the liquid out of the noodles, because the last thing I want to have is wet zucchini noodles. So, yes, Mendy, we're trying to keep it clean here, right? So we are going to just draw all of the liquid out of your zucchini noodles. I just use a paper towel, and I'm going to blot them. While I'm doing that, I've got a skillet here with 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to turn it on medium-high heat, and I'm going to add also 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to kind of let those work together. I love the flavor of the butter, but also the oil helps so that we don't start browning the butter. So you guys can't, I don't think you guys can see this, but my paper towel is filled with liquid. Someone asked where I got my spiralizer. I think I just bought it off of Amazon. And if you know, like normal, I just buy the sort of the basic everyday one. I think it's OXO, which is a pretty well-known brand. Yes, OXO. I don't have a whole lot of experience with them. I like that one. I don't use it very often, and quite frankly, tonight was a little bit of a reason to get it out of the cupboard so that I could use my spiralizer. Okay, so this happens really fast. And again, I just want to make sure I get as much liquid out of these as possible without trying to drop too much on the floor. Sorry, Peter. But this is 2 pounds. This is 2 pounds of spiralized zucchini. We are going to put it in here in our butter and olive oil mixture. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm gonna show you here in a second. The liquid's still on my tray. It's kind of, it's probably a tablespoon or so. I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to keep, I really don't like wet noodles. So we just get as much liquid out as we possibly can. We will gently turn these. Again, my heat source is like a medium high. We are going to add, so I have about 2 cloves of crushed garlic in my zoodles. And I'm going to just give that a nice toss. This will take about 3 to 5 minutes. You want them to be a little bit like al dente, a little bit, look at me getting all fancy, al dente. You want them to have like a little bit of a little bit of a crunch still to them. We're going to add just a couple pinches of black pepper, not too much. And where's my salt? Just add a little bit of salt for flavor. The other salt drew the liquid out. This salt is for flavoring. So we'll put that on there. Again, we will give it another turn. Keep it on high heat and let that just keep cooking a little bit while that is doing its thing. It's time for me to check on our baked feta sausage. Oh my God. This is so exciting. I can't wait to show you guys. This is a great recipe. Everybody loves it. And again, you don't have to use spicy sausage. Hi, Karen. How are you? Thanks for watching. I love when you guys comment and say hi and stuff. I read all the comments. So check in with me. Let me know things that you guys want to cook. And let's see if we can make them low carb and keto friendly. Okay, so there is our pasta, our zoodles, I guess you would call them. They're nice. They're getting soft, but not too soft. And I'm going to turn the heat off and take them off the heat. And then I have, this is a full cup of Parmesan cheese. It's grated, the powdery kind. I'm going to use half of this in my zoodles. Give it a nice toss. That melts on there. And you guys, so that was a half a cup of the Parmesan cheese. So there is my garlic Parmesan zoodles, right? Everybody's always asking for a new side dish. I do zucchini with Parmesan. I do it with feta. I do it with by itself. And that's the most exciting part of the night. My baked feta pasta, or my baked feta sausage. I keep calling it that, but it's not sausage. I mean, sorry, it's not pasta. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Okay, gotta be very careful here. Very, very, very careful. Not dropping this, that's for sure. So there's a really nice amount of liquid at the bottom of our pan here. The broccoli has a nice little char on it. Even the sausage has a nice little char on it. And this is the fun part. So now you take your sturdy spoon and you've got your baked feta here in the middle. God, I wish I could get this closer to you guys. Let's see, can you see it that way? I think so. Yes, yes, yes. So you've got all the liquid here in your sheet pan. Make sure it's a rimmed sheet pan. And you've got your melted cheese in the middle, and you are going to mash and mix the feta, the melted, baked, yummy, dummy feta, yum, in with your roasted tomatoes and your sausage and all the liquid that you have. You're going to just mix it all together and coat everything. Beautiful. Now, the last part, which is super important, and I know a lot of people try to take shortcuts and not use fresh basil or fresh garlic. You do not want to shortcut on this. Fresh garlic, I use 3 very large cloves. We like a lot of garlic, but fresh garlic. I'm going to sprinkle that on there. And then I have fresh chopped basil. This is about a half a cup of fresh chopped basil. I'm just going to sprinkle that all over. This is great as leftovers. And you can, if you have people in your house that want to eat pasta, you take your serving first. Take a couple servings because you want to have it as leftovers. And you can mix pasta in for them. Like, why not? They can have the pasta. We don't need the pasta. So, my friends, there is our baked feta sausage. And I need to have a little bite. Perfectly cooked. So sausage, perfectly cooked. And then a little bit of feta on there. I might not wait for Peter for dinner. Shh, don't tell him. Okay, I'm going through a little bit of a hair grow out, so just, bear with me as I'm trying. It's not long enough for a ponytail, and it's too long to be a short haircut. Let's just take a bite. I just have to see how delicious it is. So, for our dinner tonight, I'm going to put the zoodles on the plate, and then I'm going to put a scoop of the baked feta sausage right on top. That will be our dinner tonight. And this is 5 servings. So it's very hearty, really heartwarming, really delicious. And then for dessert, Peter is going to have his keto strawberry pie. I'm going to show you just what this looks like because it has the consistency of cheesecake. So did you see the consistency of there? This is also kind of how you make no churn ice cream, where you fold in the whipped cream and you fold in the flavors. But there, you guys, is our keto strawberry pie. Yay! All the recipes except the zoodles, because I just made that up. All the recipes you can find on my website, thekellykitchen.com. That's Kellie with an IE. And it was super fun seeing everybody. I'm so glad to have seen you guys all tonight. I hope you're all hanging in there from the everything. Let's see if I have any questions. I think everything is, there's Moz from Australia. Hey, good to see you. And I'm sure Atsuko from Japan is watching me. If you have any ideas, any questions, or have anything you want me to make, let me know, and we will make it on a Monday night. I will see you guys next Monday, 6:15 sharp Pacific time, and between now and then, keto on. Okay, bye guys. Bye-bye.